I'm Nikita Flower. Finally revealing something of myself here after so much time. It's kinda strange to do this, but I'll figure it out. In today's video I wanted to talk about something, I recorded this Cinderella drawing and I felt like it needed something else, something different than the others that I did, the other speed paints that I did. So here I am, narrating this video. I'm going to talk about this drawing and maybe other things that I'm doing on my free time. I have so much projects that I wanted to talk about with someone. And since the beginning of my channel, I was creating this sort of things. So, first things first, the drawing. In 2018, I made two princess drawings, Cinderella and Aurora's. I planned on doing the other princesses at that time, but I got lazy and didn't do what I wanted. So, in 2020, I decided to remake that Cinderella drawing and liked the idea of making this piece every year. I recorded the first drawing but lost it and never posted it, unfortunately. And in 2021, I redid Cinderella, and now is the time to do it again. Starting from 2021, I did the two versions of Cinderella, the old and original design, and the new one they did of her that I liked a lot. I was only making the new design of Cinderella, and last year I thought that maybe making the two versions would be cool. It would be more work, yes, but a good work. And like the other years, I also did variations of the dress colors. The blue one is the one that everyone remembers from Cinderella. The white one she wears at the movie and is personally my favorite, alongside with the pink one, which is from Cinderella too. I just really like pink, and that one being all pink, I just felt the need to do it, to make it. The grey was kind of an accident that I did when making the white one, but I really liked how it turned out in 2018. To this day on, I continued to add grey to one of the variations of the dresses. I think that's all about the drawing. So let's talk about Monster High. This new reboot that Mattel is doing with Nickelodeon is really all over the top, and I really wanted to talk about the series, because I grew up with this, and seeing that they want to revive Monster High made me excited, Of course, they made some changes, and the gothic style isn't in the series anymore. That is what makes me a bit sad, because the leaked prototype of Frankie in a more black and gothic palette was so perfect. I really loved it. Don't get me wrong, I really like the way they did the colors. I like things being really bright and full of colors. But in Monster High, it doesn't combine, it doesn't match, They are monsters. Monsters don't really match with bright and rainbow colors. But I get why they did this. This makes me want to redesign some of the characters of G3, but I'm horrible at making clothes or following the fashion of the moment, so I don't know. I'm not gonna talk about the live action, because I really don't like it. Live actions are not my thing. I just ignore them. It's not for me. I'm gonna talk about the animated series. Cartoons are more my thing. I enjoy it more. Since Claudine is the protagonist, I'm gonna talk about her first. I'm not gonna talk about her Afro-Latino ancestry, because this is for another video focused only on that. I'm gonna focus only on the designs and personality change. I don't like her new design and personality. That's it. Okay, but jokes aside, I don't like this change of personality on her. She just looks like any other character who isn't Claudine. Like a mix of Frankie and Draculaura in G1. I miss her confidence, her altruism, her love for fashion. She was so amazing in G1. Claudine had such a memorable personality and design back then, but now she kind of lost all the remarkable things that made her Claudine. Claudine's hairstyle is not the best as well. I don't like it. nor the color that they decided to give to the hair. A dark brown would look so much better with all the dark purple, black and gold in her design. I don't really think Mattel knows how to work with colors anymore. It's not their strongest ability. But I don't think her wolf nose is a bad thing. It's kinda cute, I like it. Toralei had it in G1, and if Claudine had it too, I wouldn't complain. Cause it's really cute, you know, especially in the films, in the movies. The furry nose that Toralei had was such a cutie thing. It's perfect. I'm not gonna be super specific about what I dislike in Frankie, cause I'm not the best one to say that things. Frankie was always my favorite ghoul, and this time is not different. It would be so much of a favoritism. I really like that they put the colors of the trans flag on their design. It's really cute. But again, too much color for a monster. Draculaura is the favorite of Mattel, and it's so obvious. The best design is almost always hers. And also she's a witch. At the moment, I don't really know if it is good or bad. I watched only one episode of the animated series. It wasn't sufficient for me to decide. But her doll is cute, her face is the best of them all. And I really like pink, it's my favorite color, as I said before. And I like that she's completely pink. But I kinda miss her violet eyes, cause now they are kind of pinkish. It doesn't contrast anymore with the pink. It's just pink on pink on pink with black. Violet wasn't a good choice for contrast either, but it was something. I hate Laguna's redesign, mostly because of the colors. It looks like they put Neptuna to interpret Laguna. They changed the actors, you know? The blue that they tried on the prototype was the worst of the worst. There is so much more blues that are beautiful to use in her, and they put a less vibrant cyan that didn't go well. That goes awful with all the other colors. As a new character, I really like Laguna's redesign. I have nothing against it. I like the colors. It gives a unicorn plus mermaid vibes. But as Laguna, I hate so much this redesign. If it was a new character with this design, or maybe Neptuna, humanized. The only bad point of this design would be her forehead. Those dots on her forehead makes it look like she's going bald, and it's terrible. And Cleo. Oh, Cleo just doesn't look like the powerful Cleo we know. It's not a bad redesign either, it's just in the middle. She doesn't translate anymore to Cleo Denial. She doesn't look like the daughter of a pharaoh. And that random red popping out only on her shoes is kinda ugly. It doesn't combine with anything in her design. There is not any red in this character, and they decided to put red on her shoes. I miss her bangs. Her prototype was so cute with bangs. It's perfect. She looks like a goddess. And this is green. What happened to him? Also, did you notice that there are more dogs as pets than anything else? Crescent is now a dog. Cleo now has Toot, and Frankie has Watsy. If Crescent have to be a dog, it would be more interesting if she was a bigger dog. A bigger breed indeed, like a Siberian Husky to assimilate more with wolves. It's kinda boring when all the dogs are just little puppies with little to no differences between them. And I liked that all the other pets were different kinds of pets. If I remember correctly, they didn't repeat the species of animals on the pets in G1, but I'm not sure. Please correct me if I'm wrong. But overall, I didn't dislike it. It's just not my taste. But I'm happy about Monster High being alive again. I really missed the show. I want it to have success. I really do. The humor is not for me, but it's not the worst thing to ever happen. It can be entertaining to the new audiences they want to reach. I watched the first episode they uploaded on YouTube, and I liked that Watsy is a chimera made by a scientist a long time ago. It's an amazing idea, but Watsy's design is not the best either. Overall, I think I'm excited to see how things go. I want to see more of the new Monster High. Well, that's it for the video. I really hope you enjoyed the content, the little talk that we had about Monster High, and I really hope you come back for more. Please share the video, subscribe, give me a thumbs up. Maybe you can follow me on social media. I will be posting my drawings there on Instagram and Twitter. I can make the redesigns of Monster High if you guys really want it. So tell me in the comments. If I start making it, I will post spoilers on my Instagram and Twitter. So stay tuned there and see you soon. Bye!